Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Before I get into the reading today, I just want to let you know that I have disabled comments on the channel for a few days. The bot is back and unfortunately it is a bot, so if I delete or block one of the comments that has been put in the comments section, there are still hundreds more that I have to delete and block, and it is very difficult for me. I have to go through manually and delete them all. It's very time consuming. It's very unpleasant. So I have disabled comments for a few days, and when I have a chance, I will go and set up some filters that will hopefully weed out the spot from the comment section and mean that we can go back to normal and I can see my old familiar faces in the comment section, even if I don't have much time to respond to you at the moment. Unfortunately, I have a very demanding day job. I'm in my very busy time of year at the moment, and I also have some writing projects that I have to get through in the next few months. So please note also that I do not do private readings, and anyone pretending to be me in the comment section is fake, and please don't fall for it. Just please be safe, be very careful. So having got all of that out of the way, that unpleasantness out of the way, today, of course, I'm sure nobody could miss it. Harry and Meghan, there they are in the Times 100 top 100 influencers on Harry's birthday. And I did a reading for Prince Harry, a birthday reading for him yesterday, and the star card came out in the #1 spot, and I did say that he's going to be all over the place, he's going to be high profile, and voila, next day there he was. So my opinion, of course, tarot reading, entertainment purposes only. Some money has been spent on PR, but let's have a look. I have shuffled the cards and they're telling me, no, you haven't. You need to shuffle one more time, so I'm going to do that loud and long. Well, the long part has been, but loudly. And using just the Rider-Waite Tarot today, one more turn and one more time. And I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross. I just want to have a look and see what they hope to accomplish with this very flattering report on them, written allegedly for them by the celebrity chef that they've piggybacked onto, who does very good works, the kitchen, the world kitchen, or whatever it's called. He genuinely does good works. They, in my opinion, have piggybacked onto his good works. And he is now allegedly writing a glowing report for them, how marvelous they are. They run towards struggles, but they have been photoshopped to within an inch of their lives. Prince Harry is almost hidden behind Meghan Markle. He looks like a midget. She looms large in all of the photos. They are both merching clothes. How low can they go? Prince Harry, of course, the bald head has been replaced with a thick curly head of red hair, and underlying energy that's come out is the 10 of Swords of this reading. It is quite pitiful, it is quite pathetic, and the 10 of Swords is telling me that is the underlying energy. Rock bottom, that's ruin. Really, the 10 of Swords in that man's back. He's down and out. Came out on his birthday. Meghan Markle has been dead quiet since her birthday flop with a 40 by 40 flop. And now it's Prince Harry's turn to have a birthday flop. It seems he's being mocked mercilessly in the media today because of this ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous planted PR piece. And they really have accomplished absolutely nothing. So to be labelled as influencers who are doing all these good deeds, running towards struggle instead of running away from the royal family and running away from duty, it's farcical. And the 10 of Swords tells me that. So it seems this is going to be a reading full of bile from my point of view. But let's see. What is the situation currently with this spread? Well, there it is, the 8 of Wands. That's media. That's fast moving. It came like a bolt of lightning out of the blue. There it was. We were all peaceful, all quiet. We'd got halfway through September. We thought we were safe. Maybe they would be quiet, but no, waiting for the big birthday event. 8 of Wands. There it was, all over the place. And what is the challenge at the moment? The challenge is to be famous. The challenge is to be in the limelight with the sun. The challenge is to be seen to be influencers, to be seen to be important, to be seen to be leading the way, to be having this marvelous life, this happy life, this glowing, wealthy, abundant life. And nobody believes it for a second, but that is what they're trying to achieve with this ridiculous piece of PR. And I wonder how much it cost them. Sickening to think of how much money they have spent on trying to build up the reputation of this ruined man here in the Ten of Swords. This man, this balding, aging, wretched wreck of a man. But there is the sun. That's what they're trying to accomplish. What is hidden from us? What don't we see? The Seven of Swords, that's the stealing away, the coward, the running away, the thief card, the corrupt card, the crooked card. None of it is true. None of it is true. As if that's hidden from us. We all know it, but it is a lie. It is the sneak. There's this tremendous amount of dishonor in that card, and so they have made a deal amongst themselves, a dishonorable deal amongst themselves. And in my opinion, of course, let me hasten to add, this is all just my opinion and just speculation. And the two that have ran away from the royal family and now are trying desperately to recover their reputation with this nonsense. So what is their focus? What is their goal with this? Absolutely, is the Queen of Cups, is to appear to be sainted humanitarians in the mold of the mother. Of course, the Queen of Cups, we see it in almost every reading because they are so intent on attaching themselves to the reputation of Princess Diana, who was the ultimate Queen of Cups and who genuinely did care for people. She was genuinely compassionate. She may have had her faults, but she was sincere in her emotion for the people who were suffering, who were weak, who were vulnerable, fallen in society. They are not, but their focus, in my opinion, is certainly to attach their reputations to hers and yet again piggyback on to somebody else's reputation for their own aggrandizement. Despicable pair that they are really today. And this is only the first day of the era of visibility, so heaven help us all. What has happened in the recent past with these two? And we get the World in reverse, and that is of course failure. Spectacular failure, because it's the World, and that is major arcana. They have not accomplished what they set out to accomplish. They have failed at every turn. They are seen publicly to have failed at every turn, and it's desperate straits that they're in. The World in reverse and the Ten of Swords are very similar energies. Everything literally that they have done has failed, and failed publicly. And what is going to be coming up for them in the near future with all of this PR that they are spending? Well, it doesn't bode well. Five of Cups in reverse is the regret card. Five of Cups in reverse can be trying to recover from all that sorrow and all that regret, or it can be ultimate regret that cannot be recovered from, and sorrow that you are forever mourning the loss of something. And I think it's the forever mourning the loss of, because that figure in that cloak looking at the three spilled cups, and remember once there were three, Prince Harry, Prince William and Catherine, there were the three and that got spilled. The two cups in the background probably are Harry and Meghan, but that figure in the cloak, that male figure in the cloak, is looking at the three spilled cups and what he has lost. And of course there is the bridge and there is the castle in the background. He cannot go across that bridge to that castle anymore. It is lost. It is forever lost. So no matter how much they spend on trying to build up his profile, his reputation. He had that thing with Joe Biden, fell flat, nobody even noticed it. He looked horrific in that video, all shiny, was terribly lit. It got no notice in the media except the usual sort of mockery on the Daily Mail, but for the rest of the world didn't even know that it happened. And this is getting a similar amount of mockery. This man's reputation is ruined, absolutely ruined right now. So how does he feel about this? This is the card that I have asking that particular question. How does he feel about this? I got this card in his birthday reading, oddly enough, the Four of Cups in the reverse. That is regret, missed opportunities, wishing that you had the chance to do things differently. Rejected things. There in the upright, you said no to things, don't want it. There again are the Three Cups. The cup was offered, the cup of love, the cup of friendship, refused it, turned it down, and now sitting thinking, I wish I had done things differently. How I wish I could redo things. Full of regret, this man, this miserable man. They can colour in his hair and make him look like he has an abundant head of hair, but underneath that fake hair is a completely empty brain, in my opinion. Absolutely hollow. And I will not start quoting T.S. Eliot poetry now, but I'm sure you all know what I mean. So, how does his wife feel, who no doubt arranged this wonderful... Yeah, she arranged it. The Empress. It was her doing. Absolutely, it was her doing. I didn't specifically ask who did it or who wrote the copy for that piece because it was so obvious. It seemed like a stupid question, a redundant question. She did it. She organized it. She wrote the copy. Somebody else attached their name to it, but it was all her doing. The magnificent Empress. The lady sitting in abundance, luxury, ruling the world. She's on top of it all. She's on top of him. She almost elbowed him out of the way of that central photo that they used on the cover. It's farcical. Absolutely. We can all see it, but that enormous ego, and I have never, ever read the Empress card as narcissistic. Never. The Emperor card, plenty of times, because it is one of its accepted interpretations is ego, faulty ego. And apologies to all men out there listening to this. This is not my opinion. This is tarot interpretation, generally male ego, the Emperor. But here, first time, female ego. So, interesting card, that very interesting energy coming off it. And these poor cards are going to have to be cleansed after this reading. My poor old humble ordinary Rider-Waite tarot deck, the Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck it's called, and done sterling service, but today needs to be put out of its misery after this reading. So, hopes and fears of this, for this article, for this placement that they achieved for themselves as top influencers on the cover of the magazine, Seven of Cups in reverse. They fear that the bubble has burst, that the illusion has been shattered, that no one believes this, no one believes it. And they're running out of options. They fear that. What is left? What is left for them? They've done the Oprah interview, well, two in Prince Harry's case. He did the mental health one with her as well. They've tried to be influencers. They have done speeches. That seems to have stopped. They have the Spotify thing. Nothing's happened there. Netflix, nothing's happened there. And nothing. Running out of ideas. Final card for this reading. How is it going to go in the long run, the outcome of this? And I specifically asked, and I don't normally ask for outcome cards, but this one I specifically asked public perception of them. What is the outcome of this going to be? Are people going to fall for it? Yes, it does seem there is going to be some benefit to them from this, that Prince Harry is going to, for once, come out as a king in the upright position, and the King of Pentacles, earth sign man. So it is going to have some effect on his reputation. And there are, I gather, still people out there who are capable of being influenced by these influencers. Can you imagine going from a member of the royal family with all of that power and genuine influence to being described as an influencer with all that that means really for social media? It's pitiful. But apparently there are people who are going to fall for the Eight of Wands, that inrush of media, of PR, puff pieces and all the rest of it, who are going to believe in this whole sun thing, that everything is wonderful, that their lives are marvelous, that they are leaders, that they are powerful, rich, abundant, and joyful. And people are going to fall for it to some extent, but everything else in this reading tells me that they have failed. The Ten of Swords, there is failure there. The Seven of Swords, that sneaky energy of deals being cut behind the scenes that they don't want us to know about, but we all know are there. The World in reverse, massive failure because it's major arcana, huge failure. And his own view of it, Prince Harry's view of it with the Four of Cups in reverse, is that enormous regret. And the Five of Cups in the reverse as the near future energy. He is miserable at the moment. She loving every minute of it. It's an absolute triumph as far as she's concerned. Airbrushed in all those clothes and those weird stances. There's one particularly unfortunate stance with her. It's just the most peculiar posture I've ever seen anyone. But anyway, she got what she wanted. In my opinion, she wrote that piece. It's her word salad. It's nonsensical, but she's very pleased with herself. And it is going to do something for Prince Harry's reputation, his public perception. So unfortunately, there are still people out there who believe all the nonsense that they read about him. And it is going to take some time. It's just going to be a slow motion car crash, unfortunately, for us who wanted it all to be over years ago. And no, a long time. This is going to last a long time still. So, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you on the next one.